There are a lot of skills that go into creating YouTube videos. You need to have an understanding of how cameras work, how lighting works, sound, editing, everything. There's just so much that goes into making a single video. But there is one skill that sticks out way above the other ones, and it's arguably the most important one, and that is storytelling. It doesn't matter if you're shooting on a $500 camera, a iPhone, or a camera that costs more than most people's cars. If you don't know how to tell a story properly from beginning to end and keeping people invested, then it's kind of all pointless. And admittedly, I'm not the best at it. You could go back and watch my older videos and you will see that a lot of the time, videos are just me kind of rambling. I'm never really getting to a point. The points that I am making are mostly disjointed. They never flow together correctly. And that's a huge problem. Like I said before, it is probably the most needed skill in making YouTube videos. So I brought this up in my weekly therapy sessions because I was very frustrated with how I've been trying to record YouTube videos for a while now, and they always just kind of stop before they start. We figured out that the best course of action for me is to learn as much as I can about storytelling and the basics of story structure in order to improve my skills overall. So, what's the plan here? The plan is first, study as much as possible. I bought some books already. I have two. It's Save the Cat by Blake Snyder and John Truby's The Anatomy of the Story. I started this one. I'm not loving it so far. This one I literally just got today, so I haven't even opened it up yet. But at least reading about how stories are structured is a good place for me to start. I've also been looking up courses online, using my local library as a resource for that, because your local library does provide a lot of free courses and classes. I would highly recommend checking it out if you can. And I feel like this is going to be a good way for me to learn the basics and just have an understanding of how things should be structured, or how successful videos and movies and TV shows and books are all structured. And that's the next part of it, is I want to start consuming more intentionally. I, much like most of you out there, mindlessly watch videos all the time. I doom scroll. It got to a point where I actually had to set timers on my phone to where I can only have 15 minutes of social media a day, which sounds insane. I want to make sure that I'm consuming more art and media, but making sure that I'm doing it in a very intentional way. I'm not just sitting there and watching a movie. I'm analyzing it as it goes by my eyes, taking note of things that I like and things I dislike, and understanding how one thing flows into the next. But the problem with that is that I don't know where to even begin with that. So if you have any recommendations for movies or books or TV series, really anything that you've really enjoyed the way that the story was told, please leave it down in the comments below. Let me know. I'm going to create a giant list of all these videos and try to watch and consume as much as I can in a healthy manner. I don't want to, be up for 90 hours watching movies or something like that. I feel like that is going to be a step in the right direction. And then the other thing, which is probably the more obvious solution, is just to make more videos. They're probably going to be like this for a while until I can more or less understand how everything works and have a better grip on, what I like and what I dislike about the way I tell stories. I just have to make things and get them out. And I think that's a really important thing that a lot of newer creators, such as myself, don't understand at first. Your first videos don't have to be good. They're not going to be good. They have to exist, though. And if they don't exist and you're not recording videos, then you're not getting better. I think newer creators have a tendency to get into this rut of, I'm not ready yet, so I can't hit record. And I know that's personally where I sat for a very long time. And I'm trying to break through that, and I'm trying to get past that, because all that feeling is just a lack of experience. And you can't get experience without getting your hands dirty and doing the thing. So that's it for this week, honestly. I just want to keep making videos, keep momentum going of making something every week. And in the meantime, I will be studying my ass off in between each video session just to try to understand and get better at this craft. And I hope you stick around and come along for the ride with me, because I think it's going to be quite interesting. I do want to share what I learn, let you know what I think of these books, if I recommend them to others, and my experience and reaction to watching all these different movies and shows and reading all these books and checking out all kinds of different art and consuming it well. So, super quick video this week, I know. Thank you all so much for watching, if you're still here. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you stick along for this journey.